So in this video we'll be talking and learning about x86 architecture and the assembly language, a bit about assembly language. So first let's start with the x86 architecture. So what is x86? x86 is basically 32-bit architecture. So we have processors that are 32-bit and 64-bit or only 32-bit. So 32-bit is kind of a limitation, and 64-bit can be converted into 32-bit and can use the memory of 32-bit, but 32-bit cannot be converted or run 64-bit programs, and almost all programs are made for 32-bit or x86 processor, because x64 is basically an advanced part and x32 is a simpler version. x64 is usually faster. And what are these bits? Bits are basically memory cells in the CPU, and we have four registers known as A, B, C, D. And then let's talk about the 32-bit general purpose registers. So we have 8 general purpose registers, and we'll talk about them in the next slide. And don't worry, I'll be attaching the slide because the diagram is inside the slide in the next slide. So basically 32-bit bits are converted into 16 and further divided into 8. So as you can see, AX is over here as well, but if we add E, it becomes a 32-bit split character. So basically similarly it works for CX, DX, BX, SP, BP, SI and DI. So if we add E, it turns into, and similar for AL, we don't have EAL, but rather all the characters are added with L in the ending. So if we take a look at the diagram, you would understand, you'll get a better understanding. So 32-bit memory cells are from here to here, and I know this is kind of boring for you, but it's quite important to understand how it works. So then it is further divided into 16-bit. The half of 32 is 16, and then further divided into 8 and 8, two sets of 8. So first is the 8 bits, and then we have second 8 bits over here. And if we talk about the full thing, that is full 16-bit, it is known as AX, whereas the first half of 8-bit is known as AH and AL. So A remains constant over here, and if we add E in front of AX, it becomes a 32-bit thing. So I hope you might have understood little bit at least, because this is kind of hard to understand. So let's take a look at the code and let's try to understand the assembly language kind of little bit. So this is actually taken from a book which I learned malware analysis from. It is called Malware Analysis by PackTube. So don't worry, I am not recommending the book or promoting it, but I actually use the code from there and I have learned it from myself. So there are certain instructions given in the book. You can follow it. If you want to, you can download the ebook online. You don't have to buy it. I'm not recommending you to buy it, nor I'm recommending you to pirate the copy, but it's on you. Now let's move on. The first thing it does is push EBP. So what is push EBP? It is basically converting or pushing it to the memory, as we saw in the previous video. Push basically starts the code, and starts the code as in it will run the MOV, is basically to copy it to the memory, and then it starts the main function, or if you know what is the main thing, you will understand the main function is called, and then we have call printf. So printf function is basically called, and then the string inside double quotes is copied. So how it is copied, that is quite important. MOV is basically for copying. So if we see the the third option over here, so it is copying the EBP and EX, and similarly over here as well, it is trying to copy the string inside the double quotes, and it is passing it to the printf function, which will basically convert it to ASCII. ASCII is basically what we can see on the screen. So it is converting it into the string. So I hope quite a lot of things will be clear and you would be understanding what's going on right now. So let's move on to the next video.